Okay, there are 4 guard patrols on the first floor. Okay, 4 more on the second. All under the watchful eye of facial recognition surveillance software.
Hey everyone. So today I have something very interesting. Today I am going to highlight 2 auditions I had for the same movie. A movie called Ape vs. Mecha Ape. Save your judgments. I am doing both auditions together because I didn't get either, but for very different reasons. And I am going to reveal those reasons and discuss a little bit about what that means for you as an actor and how that can transfer over into life and other work fields. So let's check out this first audition for Sagan.
We must do this without alerting the second floor detail.
By the time they know what has happened, that device will already be ours.
We've received photographic intel from their internal surveillance.
Okay, we already know the nuclear disposal laboratories are on the first floor.
That leaves 3 possible sections of the facility where the Mark 39 will be housed and dismantled, beyond very strict, highly sensitive keycard scanners and barometric readers. Their security personnel will help assist us with those.
Your dummy robot vacuums mapped all this so quickly.
Sometimes the easiest Trojan horse attack is to see what they've already allowed into their home or workplace, instead of applying brute force on their cyber security.
Not bad.
Perhaps I have a future in your counterintelligence department, no?
For a tiny little robot? Shit. Show me what you can do against the bigger one and maybe we'll talk.
Okay, so there are a few things going on here. First, there are 3 people in this exchange, so I put 1 sight line on either side of the camera, and the third a little bit more camera left. You never want to overload one side with characters. Splitting the lens also helps distinguish between multiple characters when the reader is doing both. Then I also had references to off-camera objects. Try to keep these subtle. Now we have to assume my handkerchief choice didn't do me right out the gate. That being said, I wanted to go back and see who they cast in this role. Well, it turns out it was a white woman with a Russian accent that was part of a Russian team. So then the question is, why was I even reading for this role to begin with? I don't know. But it is important to note that roles must be auditioned for regardless. So if they already have an actor in mind, they still have to hold auditions. It is to keep the productions honest to some degree, but really it just wastes a lot of people's time and effort. I never had a chance at this role. They knew it, and now we know it. Bitter? Maybe. But grateful, and I'll tell you why, right after this audition for Joe Adler.
Professor Adler? Is that a joke?
Chairman of the astronomy department at Rankin College. All this time, humans have been searching for intelligent life in the universe. And now we have it with Abraham. Bigger than we could have imagined.
Is that what you were doing at WARAD? Studying him? Trying to provoke some kind of extraterrestrial response in him? Prove this theory of yours?
It's been proven already. You saw it in my footage from the drone. He attacked it when I got too close. You could have ignored it. But something so small, that insignificant, was enough to upset him and be viewed as a threat. My hypothesis now about the alien DNA that's inside of him is that it may go dormant in a period of time.
How so?
Think of it as a virus. Okay? When that viral DNA uses our own cells to replicate itself, our bodies fight back. Okay? Preventing other cells from replicating the virus. But it can expel the remnants of the virus from our genetic code, and the body, naturally, reacts by shutting the virus off from replication.
Making the viral DNA dormant.
Yes, but the viral DNA still mutates in a dormant state. But how smart is the alien virus? Is Abraham's body actually fighting it off? Or has the alien DNA chosen to surrender? Lying in wait to make defects in certain genes that cause disease or some other major reaction in Abraham.
I actually really like this audition. You can tell when you put something nice on film. There was a time I knew I'd booked something before getting the call. That's how I felt about this one, but those days appear to be over. In the past few years, I have felt that way about 15 times, and I was wrong every time. But that climb back up is what this is all about. I don't know if you can tell, but I was using a makeshift teleprompter as I hadn't memorized the lines yet, and I wanted to get the audition in. I had the character easy, so I laid it down. Though the pauses were needed to get lines, I used them as a character choice, adding a couple more where I didn't need them to help round out the character. So this role went to a white guy from Australia. I know this because I worked with him a year later when I booked a film for the same company. And if you check his IMDb, you will see this was like his 10th movie with this same company. I won't speak ill of him. He was a nice guy and talented. I'll just say he ain't me. Again, I never had a chance. They already had their guy. But I'm left feeling like I suck while they keep it moving. But there is a reason why I should not be bitter. Because even if they had already cast for this role, this was my chance to get in front of this casting director and show what I can do, to display my abilities. So even if you suspect that a role has already been cast for, you should still go into the audition with the mind frame that it has not. You should still give it your all. You should still put your full talents on display. Yes, there's probably zero chance of you getting that specific role, but you never want to waste an opportunity to get in front of a casting director and let them see your full talents. They will come across other roles, and you want them to remember you when they do. And this is the lesson. Oftentimes, you don't know why you get passed over time and time again. There are 1,000 reasons why it could happen. I just showed you 2. This really is a land of connections and, quite frankly, luck. Talent is useful, but it is not what is going to save you. Try not to take rejection and failure personally. Yes, work on your weaknesses and continue to improve. But know that each time you come up short, it could very well have nothing to do with your abilities. And winning isn't always winning. That booking I mentioned, I did that movie, had about 9 scenes. 2 never got shot, and they cut me out of almost all the other ones in editing. I saw the movie, and I must admit, they might have done me a favor. So keep grinding. This is an odds game. Fairness has no residence here. There is no such thing as what you deserve. What you put in doesn't directly correlate to what you get out of it. You will not find reason here. You will find struggle. You will find you are Andy Dufresne chiseling away at a wall for 19 years with a small rock hammer, crawling through a sewer of shit. But there is light on the other end. Either you keep going or you turn back before it is realized. I feel like I have gotten through the wall, but I am neck deep in shit crawling right now. Don't give up. It is quite possible it is you, but hopefully you have a circle of friends and acquaintances around you that would inform you if your talents were subpar. It is just as likely or more likely that it is not you. And remember, being great is just a small part of it. Be familiar. It's much more useful. Today's episode helps highlight a point which I'm always trying to drive home. While it is important to be talented, it is just as useful to make yourself familiar and to build relationships within the industry, regardless of what that industry is. Make sure to improve your connections as well as your abilities. Thank you for watching, and if you found this useful, please subscribe below for future content.